Three, two, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Dude Comedy Podcast episode. Who gives a fuck? Who's even counting? Why the fuck you losers still listen to us? Why? Because
Hey,
we only
you're
come
back.
at you once every couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm back. I was fucking shitting my brains out. We were going to go yesterday. I was shitting every 15 minutes, and my stomach was actually hurting. I was shitting a lot last week. Was I here last week?
No,
Did
that
you do
was
the podcast
Mexico.
last week? Oh,
Yeah, Ken and I did it.
Okay. So I wasn't in Mexico last week. I was in Mexico. We were
No,
going to go Friday, but I was sick Friday.
Yeah. So this is technically Fridays, which is still technically last week's, but now it is today.
But I actually took the two kids, and Rachel couldn't. She was sick. All the kids were sick. None of those little fucks were going to school, so she had them all day and trying to do cake pops. So I took them off her hands on Friday. Took them to the Jumpy place. Took them out to lunch. Where else did we go? We did cool shit.
You went somewhere else.
Do you think that was good enough for them? Fuck no. They're always asking for shit, man. They're like, can we go to the store? I'm like, you guys want to go to the store with me? And they're like, oh, yeah, cool. I want to hang out with my dad. What kind of toy can we get? Like, no, we're just going to go to the store. And they're like, they don't want to go if they can't get a toy. They throw a fit. Man, I'm getting fucking old fast, and these kids are accelerating that shit. How much do you think I get for them on the black market? Maybe put them up for adoption?
Well, you're getting hooked. You're getting hooked to the store already. That's when you know it's trouble.
Dude, I'm so good at doing, like, silent abusing. Like, it's okay, kids. And I just fucking grab their arm and squeeze it as hard as I can. But that's what our parents did to us.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, this took me a second. We have an ad today, and it was not opening. But now it is opening. You know what? I didn't even need to pull up the copy because these guys, I had the onboarding call, talked about this last week, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. They don't really want me to read a copy. They more want me to
They want you to hit it verbatim? Oh, shit, I got to take this call while you do that.
Yep. Oh, and I will tell you that Sunday Scaries is the leader in the CBD space. They have created a niche for themselves by addressing America's anxiety problem. So I'm not reading anymore. That was the headline. The point of this company is they want to help you deal with your everyday bullshit. We talked about it last week. We'll talk about it again now. You're driving to work. You hate your job. You hate your boss. You hate your work deadlines. You hate dating. You're single. You can't find anybody. Maybe you have a girlfriend and you hate her. Maybe you have a boyfriend and you hate him. All of that stuff is out there, and Sunday Scaries is here to bridge the gap for you. Now, I do have to read this part. Get 15% off with code DUDECOMEDY at sundayscaries.com and stop dreading that everyday bullshit in life and do stuff that actually matters. And again, Ken and I don't know what's over there now. I've been eating, I can grab it, but you can take my word for it. I've been taking the unicorn gummies before bed. I love it. I was taking the vegan AF sour gummies before bed, but I burnt through them. And I would have had more of the energy shots. They only sent 3, so I'm going to have to buy more because Ken and I drank them all in one day. And I am now crazy for doing that because it was a lot of caffeine. I probably shouldn't have done that because I also did it on top of Adderall. So yeah, Sunday Scaries, 50% off with code DUDECOMEDY at sundayscaries.com. Stop dreading the everyday bullshit in life that actually doesn't matter. So yeah, if you're looking for your CBD, get it from Sunday Scaries. Kyle is now gone for all of you audio listeners out there. No idea what he is doing, where he is, what he's doing. But yeah, we'll carry it on as if it was a solo show. As of today, Tuesday, November 19th, Jeffrey Epstein's 2 guards going down for his murder, baby. Well, negligence, and we kind of called all that, so not that crazy, but it is happening. Other things happening in the world. Let's see. Off the top of my head, don't want to talk about sports, but sports-related stuff. Lost fantasy football. I needed 8 points from 3 players. Didn't get it. Playing against a kicker. I hate fantasy football, but hey, sports betting's taken a major turn for me these last couple days. I have been switching up my strategy and playing more small-time college hoops games, and it's actually been doing better. I've been doing better in that than the primetime games. A lot of the conspiracy theorists out there will say because Vegas has a hand in those primetime games, it is very interesting. Every game that you watch last night, the spread was 5.5 to 6. The Kansas City Chiefs ended up winning by 7, so they covered the spread, but it was within 1 point, and Rivers was going down there for a potential spread-breaking victory. Taking a sip, still solo. Well, it's one of those things too where I probably should have like topics that we were going to talk about together where I could rattle something off right here, but I don't have anything because normally we just spitball back and forth, so I'm just winging it as I go. And speaking of winging it, I thought he was back. Speaking of winging it, I can see Rivers sitting here in the background. I wonder if he can hear me. No, he's definitely not hearing me. He's definitely looks pretty depressed in that window. But yeah, speaking of winging it, there we go. We're back.
Sorry, I'm back. Had to take a phone call. Looks like Colby paused the show. Smart thinking on this guy's part.
I admitted to this. I was like, I probably should have something I could talk about here by myself. I rattled through the ad, and then I was like, well, I might as well just wait because like I don't want to burn through anything. Yeah.
So you actually already read the ad?
Jeez, hold on. Yeah, I'm getting a call. Yeah, I read the ad, and now we're back kicking it live with the show. You are back from Mexico.
Back from Mexico, drank a lot, ate a lot. God damn it, dude. The best thing about vacation, aside from not having the responsibility of children, is eating food. Holy shit, man.
Dude, I love
fucking gained like 10 pounds in. Then I didn't get sick in Mexico. I think just when you go somewhere else and you just fucking go all out on certain different foods and stuff, and then you come back to reality and you start eating this American like greasy ass bullshit, I think you get the shits anyway. But then I just got the bug that was going around after I was done with the Mexico shits. So I just been like shitting like crazy left and right.
You probably lost the 10 pounds.
Fucking went to, I don't call it what's it called now? Hops and drops?
Yeah.
Fucking hops and plops, dude. Because every fucking time we go there, you get the shits. But the food is so good.
Yeah, it's one of those things, though. It's like, would you sacrifice a trip to the toilet for good food? Most people would say, yeah. So when you were in Mexico, were you just eating all day? Like when you were on your trip? When I went to Vegas last time, dude, I found myself just eating stuff all day.
Chino Poblano. That's
that
my
place
spot.
Is good.
Remember when we ate there?
Dude, that place was on a TV show that was on Netflix. So there's a show called like the Chef Show, whatever, on Netflix. It's the John dude, and then a chef. He plays the chef in the movie. You know the guy I'm talking about. He's in like Vince Vaughn movies. Superman.
I'm sure I've seen him.
Yeah. Jon Favreau. Anyway, so they have their show, and then they brought on the guy, and the guy that they brought on created that restaurant that we went to. He's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, remember that one thing you got that I wish I would have got? It was that fucking noodle bowl soup.
Oh, yeah. So what the restaurant is how do you say it again? Chino
Poblano.
It's Mexican Chinese fusion.
Yeah.
But it's not like Chinese food that you go get at like a deli. It's like what you get at a Chinese restaurant, and it's not like taco Mexican.
It's hard to even explain. Like it's fucking bomb.
Yeah, I
got those. Remember those margaritas we got too? Yeah. Everything was good there.
The Frangelica?
Oh yeah, that's where we fell in love.
Yeah,
they did it, and the coffee just itself was good. But yeah, no, we ate a lot, and then because they had a pool here at the resort.
Yeah,
and then like you could just order. They had a poolside bar that you could order your food and shit from too. So it's like we fucking racked that shit up. And then along the beach, there's tons of places, and yeah, you know me, just got fucked up. Haven't drank since. Well, I just turned the noise canceling off. This sounds crazy. Say something, River. You didn't say nothing.
Mine's on. Hey, so you're on a no drink hangover after vacation. You know, I know someone who's been there before.
You?
Yeah, you want to see if you can break my record?
What was it?
It was like 28 days, and I only broke it because I went to Nordy's birthday party, and he's like, "Here, do a hot sake shot." Because it's like,
see, that's hard when they fucking put the shit. That's what actually when we went on a ride the other day, Sunday, Jack had a White Claw. He's like, here. And I'm like, fuck. And I just took a little sip. And I'm like, God damn it. I wish I didn't do that to keep my streak going. But
That doesn't, yeah, but you didn't get like a drink in you.
yeah.
So his point for why I had the sake, and I was 3 weeks in there, 1 week removed from the shakes, and I was pooping normal again after mine. And he's like, all right, here's the thing. So sake is a very acquired taste. And if you like it, you like it. I like it. But it's not like the best thing to take a shot of hot sake, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, this will get you like back, like you just take this. And I was like, oh, I get this point. And I took it and I'm like, nope, not back. Fuck no, I'm out again.
Well, the reasoning between it's not really what has nothing to do with the vacation, really. Like, honestly, for the most part, except one night, like we were or one day, like me personally, like we were fairly responsible. And like, even on the day that me and Jack, the other dude we went with another couple, even on the day that we went and got completely fucking hammered, like we weren't fucking, usually I turn into like quite the jackass. And, but we were responsible, but it just kind of like browned out. Rachel did cry later on in the night, but it was such a weird like brownout because I like laying in bed at night. Like I came back I'm like, what the fuck did we do today? I'm like, which it's on vacation. That's what you fucking do on vacation.
Day's gone.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as the girl on the other day, which I can't really tell the story, but let's just say we had to stretcher her out of the pool to the clinic there in the middle of the night because somebody got a little too hammered. But for the most part, I was fairly like responsible, but just the one little, like me and Jack were just pounding. Even the girls were super hammered too on this day, but it was just like, it was weird because I was like browned out pretty much. I remember quite a few like different instances, but every time I got like into the pool, I would like remember everything. So I think that's why I didn't know like how fucked up I was, because every time I would get back in the pool, I'd be like, oh, I remember this,
Do you remember how many Mai Tais me, you, and Jack smashed at the pool in Hawaii?
God, that hurts my stomach just thinking about.
Yeah,
but so we thought, so like this spot we were going, Zihata Waneho, like I'm like, man, this is probably like, cause we were told that it's more kind of like low key area, And so I'm like, man, hopefully this isn't like Kauai. Like Kauai fucking sucked. But no, it was actually like she just meant like low key, like there's no like fucking nightclub, like Cabo. There's no like fucking nightclubs and stuff like that, which we weren't gonna go to. But I mean, it was pretty fun. The food right on the beach. The first dinner we had a turtle come up and lay eggs right next to us on the beach in the sand, and we fucking met this dude who was a DEA agent, like, but he was younger. And on the day that I was hammered, I always love making shit awkward. And he was a fucking huge dude. Like he kind of looked like me, but way bigger and buffer and taller and stronger. And so they're like, remember when you asked, his name was James. They're like, remember when you asked James who would win in a fight between him and Jack? I'm like, no. That seems like something. They're like, yeah, it kind of got awkward after that. They didn't talk to us the whole rest of the trip. But I don't think that his girlfriend or whatever, his girlfriend or what? Oh, someone coming in. Hello. I don't know if they're open until a little bit later. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Kyle has a lot of visitor in his office.
No problem. Fucking doing it live here.
You know what's interesting about what just happened is like a normal place of business. I feel like someone wouldn't just like open your front door like, hey.
Yeah, no. She was looking through the window. There was an accountant for the people at the lumber house.
You talked to my neighbor, the accountant. Probably great golfer, huge ass.
But yeah, no. The hammered day was just like when we were like reminiscing about it the next day. They're like, do you remember? Because we had a hot tub and everything, but it wasn't a hot tub; it was a cold tub. And I remember me and Jack being in there because I actually, dude, the whole time I was able to I could hold my breath underwater for like 90 seconds. Like I was like a fucking turtle. But I would like do this thing where it, like they would be like, no, Kyle, don't do it. And lay there like a dead body in the water. Even like we did time me one time, it was like a minute, but I'm like, fuck, I could have stayed for longer. That was a bad breath going down. But
that reminds me of those videos of the people that will go on those like rides and then they act like they're dead bodies, they're coming like all the kids are like, whoa.
Yeah, but the first time me and Jack both realized, because the girls were like, do you guys remember being in the cold tub last night? And they're like, yeah, me and Jack were. They're like, no, we were all in there. We're like, what? Like, no, we fucking weren't. They're like,
you guys are lying to me.
And me and Jack were just so like adamant. And then so later in the night, which Rachel didn't get up. So, I mean, I was so hammered. Like me and Rachel tried to make a little love in the shower earlier in the night. And
hey,
I kind of partially remember, but I definitely wasn't working for me since obviously I was fucking slammered. And then I kind of remember just running out in the living room, just cuffing my balls. And so then like later in the night, well, she must not have been that mad at me. Me and Jack were this is when I started to remember things. Me and him were in the cold tub and I'm like, should I go ask if they want to go out and skinny dip in the ocean? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, they're fucking inside, like FaceTiming with our kids. Chelsea's talking to their kids and stuff. And they're all like, they'd already like showered and were like in their pajamas. And so I'm like, man, this is going to be such a fucking long shot. And
shoot, man.
So I went in there and I just like opened the door and I'm like, you guys want to go skinny dip in the ocean? And they're like, sure. I went out to Jack like a little kid on Christmas. I'm like, dude, they fucking said they would do it. So we go down to the ocean.
Is it a pretty far walk down there?
No, just the walk down the stairs, but the resort's on the water.
Oh, okay.
So just the walk down the stairs. So I'm fucking hammered. So like, obviously we get down the ocean. There's like a couple, it was dark out too. There's a couple like sitting against a fence and I'm like, I'm never going to fucking see these people again. And it's completely dark. And so I just fucking rip my shit off and go out into the water by myself. And I'm out there. I'm like fucking egging them on. And I see somebody just sprint in and stuff. And I thought it was Rachel. I'm like, holy shit.
It works.
It's fucking Jack. So me and him are just out there butt naked. And so while we're sitting out there waiting for the girls to like build up the courage, like they weren't really hammered anymore, So they're worried about the people that were sitting there. And we're like, who gives a fuck? You're never going to see these people. And as me and Jack are out in the fucking water, a turtle, which it had to have swam right fucking past our legs if it came in on a straight line, starts walking up on the beach. And so it's still it's kind of a rare event. Or not, I guess it's not that rare because we saw it 3 times while we were there, but like a crowd of like 10 people start surrounding the turtle while we're out there just fucking butt naked. We're like, and now we're like, well, the fucking girls obviously aren't going to come out here. And so we had to like have them bring us our clothes out and shit. And it was just, and I mean, like I said, I was hammered, but I was also kind of like just dropping like rude comments. I'm like, man, I wish I had an adventurous wife. just being a dick and kind of just ruined the day. But hey, that's how I roll,
We ran into
God, I should have got 2 of these. Fucking so good.
3 New Year's ago was Shay's wedding. 2 New Year's ago in Aruba, and like at 12:01, 12:01, we all ran into the water, the Caribbean, to like celebrate the New Year. And I never thought about it. Did the same thing you did. I never thought about it, but I was like the first guy out there, and I was like, man, there's a lot of people like following me. And then I look back and it's like our buddy Andy, another guy named Andy, Dave Levy, dudes. Like Shay. I'm like, wait, is this all the dudes?
Yeah.
So like there's 7 of us out there, and it's the opposite of your store. Then all of a sudden it was like a wave, and everyone else came running out into the ocean.
So you actually had girls? Oh shit.
Yeah, but we didn't skinny dip because they had like the tiki torches, like because we were at a restaurant.
Oh, nobody was naked?
No, I think Andy Roberts was naked. But we all ran out there in like our boxers and stuff, and then they all ran out. And then I remember being like, "Damn, we got everybody to come into the middle of the ocean in Aruba. Like, how tight is that?"
Yeah, dude, it was sweet. I was just out there fucking body surfing, butt naked, but because like the moon and shit was out, so you could still like see in the water. Actually, kind of creepy. Like we saw so many fucking like puffer fish and stuff get like stuck up on the shore. Couple dead baby newborn turtles. It was sweet.
Isn't it weird? Like, I mean, not to get super deep. Speaking of deep, but like the ocean is just like it's just a fucking mystery, dude.
Oh, I know. It's
Like you think about how far that you could see and like travel, and then imagine like getting to that point and then going that same distance farther, and you're still not close to like the max. And then think about going down. You know what I mean?
There's got to be some shit way deep down. Like, what do they say? Like, there's like a certain percentage of that we've only explored for the ocean, and there's just a massive percentage that is just unknown.
It's fucking nuts to think about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, just think about like from how far you went and how far you've seen people go and like where they travel, and then you just double that, and then
the ocean's fucking scary. I don't fuck with the ocean. Like, I've seen people like out on a boat, like in the Sound, like jump in the water. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. But like we went, so there's this place called Estapa Island, or Estapa, where our plane came into, then Estapa Island, which is an island off of the mainland. But everybody's like, oh, you got to go to Estapa Island. You got to go. And we're like, how long's the boat ride? And like it ranged between like 20 to 30 minutes. And we're like, oh, okay, we'll pay, $150 to go do it for all four of us. And it was cool. So I really like the shoreline and everything of most like ocean places, like scary as fuck, but it's also pretty cool. You also get some like cool rock formations and all that shit. But like you can just see like how hard the water like crashes on the shore. Like that's some scary fucking shit. So I thought the first part was cool. Then we kind of like got away from the rocks as we're crossing like a bay. And we've been going for like 40 minutes and we're like, what is going on? Like, what the fuck is this taking so long? And the dude starts pointing off to this mountain way in the distance. And he's like, we just got to go around that mountain. And we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And because right when we got on the boat, everybody had said it's 20, 30 minutes. And then the dude is like, all right, we'll be there in an hour and a half. And we're like, no fucking way. Because, I mean, we're out on a fucking open boat just in the beating down sun, like some big old swells. You're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So we were still like 30 minutes out, and we just fucking told the dude to turn it around. Like we're not gonna do it.
They went in Hawaii. It was they went for an hour and 30 minutes, then got to a spot where they could like shallow scuba dive and stuff. Like supposed to be really cool. But they were like, oh yeah, you guys should come. But we like have Arya, and we're like, the odds of her being like not restless for an hour and 30 minutes on a boat, like fuck no, like it's impossible, like to imagine doing that. Like no.
Wait, where was this again?
In Hawaii. So like a group of the people from the wedding went out to like do the number one attraction is to like go to this one little rock place, and you shallow, and there's big huge turtles there and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like an hour and a half to get there on boat. It's like yeah, we're not gonna do that.
And vacations with kids would suck.
Well, that was kind of nice though, because I was just like not really feeling doing it, and then I just got to go eat.
Yeah, dude, the food. Oh my god, I was eating fucking enchiladas for breakfast. They eat wild there.
I love enchiladas, dude.
Yeah, but it's like it was on their breakfast menu, but that ain't no fucking breakfast.
What was I gonna say? There's something we were talking about, like something that was crazy about the water. What the fuck was it now?
River signed a deal to do a gay porn.
Nice. Hey, money's money, man. And I don't remember what I was gonna hear me. Has he got earbuds in or something? I can see him in the reflection.
Yeah, I can see. He's looking at porn right now. I see his reflection.
Are you guys an anti-porn office? One strike, you're out.
Yeah, we're buttoning up here to get out of here. Oh, we got to paint that shit. Fuck.
Ooh, I need to come get my stuff.
Yeah, you do.
What the hell was I about to say? It was, dude, I don't remember what it was, but if I look less light, you want to see what happened to my lights? 1 sec.
All right, let me see. Do people still listen to this podcast?
Now you see me? Look at this, dude.
What is that?
So, let me turn them off before I have a seizure.
Is it Christmas lights?
Audio listeners, I just turned my lights on, which I use all day, every day, and they pulse every 1 second. So what happened is there's an update to the app for the lights, and they won't reconnect to the thing. So I have to take them out and then like reconnect them, like, you know, hold like their Bluetooth lights. So I did that, and then I put it in, and it's like, we do not recognize device. We do not recognize device. So now I'm just like, well, fuck, I got
They just flash?
But they flash until they connect. It's like it's like when you do the noise.
I gotcha. When I had Daddy Sunday last week, I went to Best Buy. Dude, you can get like a fucking 58-inch TV for $400, Samsung.
Dude, they're all so cheap now.
It's crazy.
Well, it's because now they're going to start selling 4K, even though it's pretty much impossible to.
Well, no, they've been selling 4K for years.
No, but I mean, like, that's what they're going to start pushing as like the new norm. So all these old type style ones, like 1080p ones, they have to sell them out. You know.
Yeah. Well, this one was 4K. It's just
4K is like ESPN's starting to get a couple more games a year that can stream in 4K,
But if you have like your smart TV shit and you like go through all these apps and stuff, there are like 4K compatible viewing over the internet, which I just got a Fire Stick, and I'm like, what the fuck haven't I got a Fire Stick? Even you have your smart TVs, right? But most of the fucking smart TVs are slow as fuck. Like you cycle through all the apps and everything, like they're super fucking slow. But like the Fire Stick is it's super fast. You can access all the same apps, and it's way more easy to browse, you know?
I have the Roku sticks on 3 of my TVs. It's the same thing.
Ooh, let's talk about that NBA app real quick.
League Pass?
Dude, it is so crazy. It seems like games are 20 times longer watching it on there because so NBA, the all access app, so you get to watch the games. So say you're watching like LA or like the Lakers versus the Clippers. You can choose if you want to watch like the Lakers feed or the Clippers feed. So like with their announcers and everything from like their perspective, but you don't get commercials and shit. So you just watch all like the timeout shows or all like the halftime shows. So like when all the, you know, if there's a timeout, like the girls come out and dance and then they do like maybe like a little competition.
Yeah,
or
the
something
layups
like that.
and stuff.
Like but it seems like the shit is so much fucking longer. I'm like, God damn, I'd rather watch 2 minutes of commercials than watch like this stuff. It seems like it makes the game so long, and like every time the girls come up, because every team has their fucking dancing girls, and Abel would be like, man, those girls are pretty. But it's just a whole different like viewing experience. I'm like, this is cool, I get to watch the game, but it's
I've noticed
weird.
too that to go along with like the length it's funny to like listen to the Homer announcers because like, what was the game I was watching?
It's like because they're all one-sided.
Yeah, I think I was watching a Grizzly game, and you know, it's like they're the Grizzlies. They're not the Lakers. They're not the Warriors from a couple of years ago. Like they haven't been that good for a while. But the announcers, good for them. Like they call the games like it's NBA Finals Game 7. Ja Morant with the 2. Wow, what a shot! It was like he scooped a layup. I was like,
yeah.
I mean,
they're like way over the top for their own people. They're fucking. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the home team announcer. It's not like – because I never watch – obviously, we don't watch Sonics games from the home team announcer that would be doing that. So, actually, when you tune into like a Blazers game –
yeah, he'll do Blazers games.
Yeah, so that's the only one because we're blacked out on the app. We have to watch the Blazers games because they're so close to us. But, like, outside of that, like, we're watching national games, so it's all like, you know, it's not biased or anything.
Yeah, well, they try not to be biased. Speaking of sports for a second, dude, how fucking tight was it when Myles Garrett almost killed Mason Rudolph with that helmet?
Dude, it was fucking awesome. But because I was watching it live, I'm like,
I literally almost turned it off. I had the remote in my hand.
Well, the first thing I said, I'm like, he's definitely suspended for the rest of the season and some maybe. But when it's fucking annoying. Like, I don't think that – it was definitely a cheap shot, the dude that pushed him down at the end. But I don't think that dude should have got suspended for that. Like, he fucking pushed him. It was a cheap shot. It wasn't he didn't fucking push him that hard. But Mason Rudolph, people are like, man, this is racial. Like, why is he not getting suspended, but all the black players are? Like, because he didn't fucking do anything that should have got him suspended. You could argue saying that, okay, maybe just – a lot of times, especially in like say like basketball, if I walk up and I cheap shot a basketball player and he comes back at me like pushing me and stuff, a lot of times both people get a T. You know, even though obviously the dude that started it is the one that actually did, you know, that took it too far. But like Mason Rudolph, like people are like, he tried to take his helmet off first. He fucking made a poor bitch effort to try to grab the dude's helmet. I don't think he wasn't trying to rip it off. He was just grabbing his helmet. The dude was laying on top of him after he got hit with the late hit. Like, he wasn't doing it. And then people are like, well, he kicked him in the balls. He didn't fucking kick him in the balls. They were wrestling around. He got his helmet ripped off and his leg flew up as he was getting his helmet ripped off. And a still shot made it look like he got fucking hit in the balls, which that didn't happen.
My favorite thing is that people have to, like people's jobs are they have to pick a side, you know? And then it's just like, you can't, in a situation like that, really argue that one guy was right more than the other than the fact that the dude took a fucking helmet and like swung at him. But to say like, oh, well, he didn't instigate it, like, not that it's not what you're saying, but like to say that he didn't initially like touch him, there's people that were being like, what he was doing on the ground was football. And it's like, no, it wasn't. I mean, like, yeah, what he was doing wasn't malicious enough to take someone's helmet and smack him with it, but it was still an after the play, like extracurricular play. It's not like he's completely innocent, which some people like, that's what they were dying on. Like the hill they were dying on was Mason Rudolph did nothing wrong. And
he did. I mean, but that's normal. That's like, that shit happens.
No, that's in the scope of the game for sure. For sure.
I even think if he would have ripped his helmet off like that, like in which that's dangerous as shit in its own, I don't think he would have got suspended just for ripping his helmet off. He fucking swung the helmet and hit him in the head.
Also, how dumb is Mason Rudolph to be like, I'm going to charge at him right now?
Well, it's because he didn't think he was going to get hit by his helmet.
No, but now.
So out of all people, Samuel L. Jackson, did you see his shit on Twitter? Yeah. I said something to him. And this is the most idiotic fucking thing I've ever heard. There's like this thing that are like, people are like, well, Mason Rudolph started it. Okay, well, that doesn't mean shit. Like, just because if I go walk up to let's say I'm stealing a garbage can out of your driveway. I'm initiating a theft. You can't just fucking shoot me in the face because I'm stealing your garbage can. You just can't.
That's an escalation too high.
Yeah, like even if somebody like breaks into your house, like there's been multiple instances where somebody's like been caught breaking into a house or like at the front door or whatever. You can't just walk up and shoot that person in the head. You know.
Well, let's even take another step with robbery out of it. Let's just say it's outside of a concert and you go up there and you push a guy and he doesn't get to immediately pull out a knife and stab you in the nex.
Yeah,
he's going to get charged even though you started it.
Yeah. So Samuel L. Jackson said, so ... a QB forgot he was a ... QB and got jacked up with his own helmet because he couldn't get the other guy's helmet off. I wonder what or who the commentator thought was barbaric. And then Mason Rudolph said he was cowardly in Bush League. And so he goes, quote, cowardly in Bush League, end quote, from the dude that started it. Really? Did he say bitch while he was getting up? 3 Steelers, 1 Brown, QB being aggro? Played badly, fought worse.
Is he like a known Browns fan, or is he just baiting the
I don't
situation?
Know, but I responded and said, well, since the other guy started it, he might as well have stabbed him in the neck, because if somebody starts it, there's no limits to what you can do in return. Ha ha, so stupid.
Samuel L. Jackson. Like, what a weird guy to get on Twitter and throw a take out there. Like, that's a Stephen A. Smith type move to like right after initially just to get some comments.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like, no, I kind of liked him, but like he sounds like a fucking idiot. He must have been drunk or something, because Mason Rudolph is not innocent at all, but he didn't fucking take like you just can't do that.
But
again, just like you can't punch and kick somebody like Pouncey did. Like, even it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously everybody was cool with Pouncey doing that after fucking his teammate got blasted in the head with a helmet. But there's like there's just like baseball, for instance, like it is kind of fucked up. You can throw a ball 90 miles an hour and hit somebody. That's fucked up. But you can't fucking you can't take your bat out there and swing it at somebody, you know?
You would
like
get
there's
charged.
just like hitting somebody with a baseball, even though it's kind of fucked up, is normalized. And, you know, most people are perfectly fine after getting hit with a baseball, but you can't fucking take your baseball bat. Like that's an uneven response that just like crosses the line, you know?
So I have this actually from today because it's been 15 years today since the Malice in the Palace. For those of you who don't know who that was, YouTube it. Before this, there was no YouTube then. And me and my friends would wait for SportsCenter to like repeat and then like landline each other. Hey, it's about to start. It's about to start. And we would watch the Malice in the Palace and then go talk about it the next day at school. So what happened, the fallout of that is actually pretty crazy. 9 players suspended, 146 total games suspended, over 11.5 million in total salary loss, which was a lot back then. That's 15 years ago. 5 Pacers were charged with assault and 5 fans were charged with assault.
That's assault, brother.
But isn't that crazy to think? Like, I mean, they're not on the same scale of him hitting with the helmet to like that, but that was 15 years ago and was so fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah. So take for instance, this is
sick.
This is like say there's 2 people fighting in a normal street fist fight. You see this all the time on like fucking the subreddit street fights or any fights you see on the internet.
Star.
So there's, you know, you see a fight, they're fighting, and a dude gets knocked out, and you're like, fuck yeah, you're like, hell yeah, that was awesome, you know? I mean, still pretty brutal, like a knockout with your fist. But anytime the dude fucking goes and kicks him in the head while he's on the ground, like that's what this is equivalent to. You're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Then you're like,
Scumbag.
Okay, all right, that just turned into like a massive scumbag move, you know? Like that was fucking dirty. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what the dude might have deserved it, he might have not, but like it just like crossed that line of like, fuck yeah, this is an awesome fight, and then you're like, well, he's stomping his head on concrete and he might have brain damage now, you know? So it's like it crossed that like line that you're comfortable with, and it could have been way worse. Like I can't believe like he didn't even just like split him open with this helmet. You know?
That's what I found interesting because a few plays before that dude got hit and then his ear was like bleeding. You know?
Yeah.
And he had.
That was part of it. So the first play there, because when Juju went out,
yeah,
that was a little iffy. I'm surprised they didn't call a flag, but he definitely got a helmet to helmet right in the head.
That was one of those ones where it was almost impossible to avoid.
Yeah,
but it was still not like it was still I know what you're saying.
But he was like basically being tackled by 2 people, and then the last dude came in basically headhunting, but nothing happened on that. So I mean, lots of stuff was like building up, and then the other dude got ejected. I don't know, was there actually blood? Like they didn't really like.
There was blood coming out of his ear.
Yeah, so that dude. I'm surprised he actually got ejected for that hit. I knew he was going to, you know, the penalty and all, but yeah, so
tempers, that's the thing. It's like tempers had obviously been going like this. The thing that's weird though, the Browns suck and they won that game and Myles Garrett still was like that upset. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was just, yeah. I don't know, like he seems like a calm type dude, but then he just fucking lost his cool pretty fast.
I feel like he was a pretty marketable dude. I mean, up until this point too, like I'd seen him in stuff like in commercials, and he was in a commercial with Baker Mayfield, in a commercial with Aaron Donald. He's a big, huge guy, and now it's like he'll always have the stigma of he's the motherfucker that took his helmet, like another guy's helmet off and swung it at him.
Yeah, because he's not like a dude that's like there's some dudes out there that you know, he's not like fucking laced with tattoos. He's not OBJ. He can't speak fucking half English. Like he's actually like seems like a smart, like well put together dude, and he's just fucking blasted.
So here's one last thing on this, and this is not really sports related, but this is how hypocritical the NFL and ESPN will be here. The game will happen. They'll play each other again, and they come out and all the people come out, you know, Skip Bayless, all the ESPN heads and Fox News and all those people, oh, this is the worst thing. It's for the sport. This is embarrassing. This is a disaster. This is what we don't want. I guarantee you, mark my words right now, they will use this, and they will use him swinging his
they'll
helmet
promote the
in
shit
the
out of it.
promotion. And it's like the same thing. The UFC did it a couple years ago. It wasn't Conor, but another dude like had maybe it was Conor and Khabib is an example. It wasn't that one, but they had a criminal, like a legit criminal case where it was Dana White, the owner, was like, "This is such a black eye, blah 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 blah. I hate this. He should never, blah 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 blah. Like this is the worst thing that could have happened." And then 6 months later, show it in every promotion package to sell the fight. It's a very hypocritical move, but at the same time, like, I'm not saying
they just know people are gonna watch the shit out of it.
Oh no, but isn't that it's kind of funny that that's like where we are nowadays, where like the NFL dudes all said this is a disgrace, this is the worst thing I've seen, blah 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 blah, but they will all not still like petition this to be like, don't show it. Like they're gonna use it to sell more.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about that bottom line, though.
Which I mean, again, I'll never take the high road on that because we had some questionable. Well, I don't know if this guy's the bully, but let's call him the bully for this because definitely gonna get more clicks that way.
Yeah, I just got a text from somebody. Let's make the ultimate sports streaming app.
What?
Was it that was from
Drew? What? How would you
Let's
even
cover this live on the show? What you mean?
Well, how would you go about doing something that involves TV rights?
We just got to make a deal with the NFL.
Oh yeah, and the NBA and Major League Baseball.
I still got to do my fucking app idea. I just been struggling. We haven't been able to talk about it, but I think it'd be fucking cool as fuck. I already told Colby, NDA'd his ass.
Look at this, dude.
What?
Congratulations.
You got an order on there?
Congratulations, you made your first sale on Amazon.
Did you buy it though to test it?
No, my dad did to test it. But my problem is it says that he got a thing. He screenshotted me. He says, "Yeah, it says it's not going to arrive until December 4th." I was like, that doesn't seem right. So after this, I got to go.
You got to change the shipping template.
Yeah.
But
so
your dad did that. You said?
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell him to buy it. I was just like, so. For people who haven't been keeping up, I haven't been talking about this. I've spent the last 3 weeks trying to get my product on Amazon, and it's nothing that like I was doing wrong. It's just to sell a dietary supplement, I had to provide like the COAs for all the ingredients that are in the product. I had to the NSF thing. There's a couple more certificates that like the manufacturer had to provide for me, and that took forever. Then all of a sudden, I get like, oh no, it's declined because of this. So then I had to take like pictures of every little element on this label. They were like, "Oh, can we see this?" So I take a picture and send it. And it's like, "Oh, can we see this?" And I had everything luckily. But then out of nowhere, it's just like, "All right, we'll get back to you in 72 hours." They don't ever get back to me. And I go and look at my listing and it's live. It's like active. But none of the information is there. The pictures aren't the right pictures. The text isn't there. And I'm like, oh shit, like Amazon, you need like a lot of like traffic the first couple of weeks to look legit. I burnt 3 days not knowing I was even listed. So that was a cool little thing today where I was like, well, you better get this figured out.
But it's all good now. Amazon's
it's all good now. I've been editing the information. I added the keywords and all that stuff, and I'm just plugging it away. I have a list of people who owe me favors. I'm gonna go buy it on Amazon for me, and then leave a review in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. I figured out we were giving bad reviews to some of the Chinese competitors that just completely knock us off. Mm-hmm. And after a couple, it's like some people are getting the message that said like, we're noticing some unusual activity. Now you can only leave a review as a verified reviewer.
Oh, really?
Oh, that makes sense. All right, so let's get to the bottom of this sports app. Everything is going to streaming with all three: ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Hulu Live. People cutting cords, but no one has just all the sports pages with fantasy sports included where you could upload your team. Have Red Zone. Like I don't think we can get the proper licenses to do that.
DirecTV you should write back, DirecTV lets you upload your lineup each week and it will notify you on the bottom when your player does anything. But again, the licensing on that is
Yeah.
the wildest dream.
Yeah.
Like, so Pac-12 just cut from another like DirecTV type company because they didn't want to pay like $68 million more than like they were supposed to. How are you guys?
Yeah, and I don't think you can just be a third party and like API a fucking Hulu onto your app.
No. Well, that's complete. No.
Yeah.
What's funny though is I have thought of an idea where it would be like live sports with fans, you know. And I've told you this idea before, where like it's all about the instant reactions, right? Cowboys fans, Cowboys Seahawk game, and like after the fourth down, you could get on there and be like, "Yeah, what's up, motherfucker?" Like, suck it, and then like it would go out to like everyone in your group that's a Seahawk fan, like watching the game with you and stuff.
Yeah.
But all of those type of push apps and TikToks and stuff are all out there, and I feel like the generation has been skipped where people aren't going to waste their time and like do it nowadays because they're either going to watch it in the comfort of their house or they're already in like a group text, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I was on TikTok the other day. That shit's addicting. I just was like, you just keep scrolling. It's like, how is this shit so interesting?
So Ken and I were talking about it on the last one. We sat here and it was just like, I think me and you, we talked about it before too. It's like the mixed bag of people and things and stuff that you get on there actually makes me feel like the app is going to be crazy because you could be like creator, interesting creator, a random prank video that's actually like funny. And then it's like a guy cooking a thick ass steak. You're like, well, I got to see how it turns out. And then it's like 15-year-old skip, you know, like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, River sent me this video today, and it's like this dude had this fucking huge piece of meat, and he was in like the woods, and he put all like the seasoning and everything, and he like salt brined it and stuff. And
I've seen that one.
Then he put it in this big fucking pot, but it doesn't show the final, like the end result.
The Asian dude, right?
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, River? If you're not going to, I'm not going to see the end.
Someone said that to me, and I thought the same thing. I was like, Ray, what the hell? Oh, dude. We got to talk about something.
What?
Last episode, Ken and I said we were going to go eat Popeyes together just for the hype. Ken ended up going out of town. You and I went and had Popeyes.
Oh, yeah.
And Kyle can attest to this. I'll let him speak before
I wasn't hungry, and I ate the spicy one first, and then I ended up getting the last one, so River and Colby didn't get the spicy one. I did give Colby a bite.
It was fucking good.
I did not give River a bite because we ain't like that, but it was fucking bomb. And as is, I would say, is much better than the Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Specify, though, the spicy is better than the Chick-fil-A as is.
Yeah. So honestly, the sandwich at Chick-fil-A as is, even when you add the Chick-fil-A sauce, it's good, but it's like the spicy Popeyes with nothing, with how they fucking serve it, shits all over the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Chick-fil-A, I'd honestly rather eat the fries with the Chick-fil-A sauce than the chicken with the it's got to be with the Chick-fil-A sauce. You put that shit on anything.
Yeah,
you got to try the Chick-fil-A sauce on the Popeyes spicy.
See, that's what the thing is, though, is they had like a spicy mayo on yours, and if they put that on the original, like they put the spicy sauce, because the guy behind me, he also ordered the spicy, and they broke the news to him too that they're like, hey, we don't have any more spices for 45 minutes, and he was like, well, can you just give me a side of the sauce? And they're like, we don't have the sauce. He's like, how do you not have the sauce? And then they said something else, and then he went back and was like, well, what can I just wait for the spicy? And they're like, yeah, 45 minutes. He's like, no, I'll just give me a hot sauce.
So they couldn't get a side sauce?
Well, I think what they have going on now is they just make them all, and they must just have like a huge thing of sauce where they lay out all the buns and they just go like,
yeah.
They probably don't have like a packet yet.
Yeah. So do we have another ad?
I think it's Stitch Fix, but Sunday Scaries, we'll do Stitch Fix next time.
Okay. In 3 weeks, we'll get them.
No, we did 3 weeks in a row.
That's crazy.
Well, technically, it was Fridays, but I also sent the link to Ken, and he said he was going to join. Then he said, I got a random conference call I'll be on in 10 to 16 minutes. And that was, can't see the time. Let me see. That was at
Burns started posting YouTube videos again.
Oh, dude, did you see when you were in Mexico, did you see the video I sent you that someone sent me where he was like, I'd want to really create this idea I have where I get on the mic and tell a story.
Burns did that?
Yeah, and he goes, and I'll have Jimmy or Chaos X Silencer join me. You didn't see that video?
No.
I played it for Ken, and then Ken just
was it serious?
Out loud. He was like, "That's the fucking podcast."
He said that on Twitter.
No, so in the end of someone sent me a tweet, and he goes, "Go to."
Wait, wasn't it Kazif, Burns, and?
No. This was when you were in Mexico. Someone sent me a tweet. It was Burns' like second video back, and in the end of it, they said go to like 10 minutes, or whatever. So I go to the video, and then he's like, I've also been going back and forth with this idea for my channel where I would create something like a story time where I would talk about my stories here on YouTube over the last 8 years. But I think it would only work if I had somebody else with me. So I would probably ask Jimmy or Chaos X Silencer to do it with me. Would you guys be interested in that? That's what he said in the video.
Well, remember Burns, though, didn't we kind of just booted him off?
He booted himself off.
Yeah. But he's posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I have sent
7,
him
8, 9,
not responding
10 videos in the last 2 weeks. How he met his wife. They're doing okay. His first one back, 17K. Second one, 30K. 11, 26, 11, 10, 20, 15. But that's what he's got to do. He's going to build. He can't just come back and go kaboom. He's got.
That's honestly better than he was doing with his Fortnite ones, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I always like to check in on Jimmy only because he owes me a promotion for my game that's coming out. And man, I wish I could talk. I think I probably.
What are you allowed to say? You don't want to get in trouble.
Well, things have just been crazy with this game.
This Tipsy Elf company, no free promos. They didn't pay us to do this, but dude, they have like legit stuff, like comedy sweaters like this, for like $20.
Do they do anything outside of Christmas?
Yeah, I bought that romper for one of those bachelor parties from there. Like the short combo.
Oh.
Well, also, fun fact, I went and played basketball with Kyle on Wednesday. Remember how he told the story about how there's this douche? Before we even played the game, I nailed which guy it was.
Yeah.
Oh!
He was like one of like the first like 8 people there. Usually he comes in late and is fucking annoying. He wasn't as bad. He just is like actually like a dude did call a questionable foul that was on my team. He was on my team and this guy was on the other team. And at 5 minutes you switch. So every 5 minutes you switch on the next dead ball, like subs come in. And this dude called a weak fucking foul and he was on my team. And then when we were trying to figure out whose ball it was on the next 5 minutes, when the subs came in, they're like, oh, yeah, that guy called a foul. And I'm like, if that's what you want to call it, a foul. And the dude was like, oh, you got to respect the foul calls. That's what he said to me, even though the fucking annoying part was me talking about how I got fouled and he was bitching about it. So it was just kind of like funny. Like he didn't understand my sarcasm or anything. I'm like, yeah, questionable foul, talking shit about the own guy on my team. But that was too over his head to understand that I was being sarcastic. And he just said, you got to respect the game and the fouls. That's what we do here. He's a fucking tool.
Dude, I hate when people will call fouls on like non to the basket type plays where you're just like, dude, come on. Like
yeah.
the one dude, he came around, like the guy that was pretty good on your team. Like he came around and he got behind me and like poked it away. And like he hit my arm, but at the same time, like I didn't have the ball secured. It would have been like a 50-50, but I wasn't going to be like foul, because I shouldn't have been in that situation to let myself lose it. But then at the same time, like I see people call that. You're like, well, dude, don't quit being a puss, man.
Yeah. So the foul that I barely ever call fouls, but it was towards the end of the game. The dude I was driving to the basket and he did the reach around thing where he just hit nothing but my elbow and my hand hit the ball. And I'm just like, I don't want to call it, but that's a foul, And that's when this dude was like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I'm like, you've been watching me play. Like, I don't fucking call fouls. Like he didn't touch the ball. He hit my fucking arm and my arm forced me to throw the ball out of bounds. Like, I don't care if you believe me or not, but I don't really call like bitch foul. So he's like, that's a country foul, because I made a joke. I'm like, man, you guys got any country music here? Because they play music, and he didn't say anything about that. But when he wanted to talk some shit, he goes, that's a country music foul. And then he looked at people to see if they were laughing, and nobody was laughing. And then he laughed to himself.
Got him. I still never forget, like, probably the third year I played Hoop Fest. Volk was playing down low, and some dude like drop stepped, and Volk clean picked it, and then the guy was like, "That's a foul!" And there's like 40 seconds left, and they were down 1, and Volk was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And he's like, "It's a foul. I'm shooting." And then Volk took the ball, and he just like took it. He's like, "All right, here you go," and like threw it like down 8 courts.
Really?
And then the court monitor was like, "I'm gonna let him shoot," and he goes, "That's fine. He's not going to make the free throw to tie it anyway." And the guy was just like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, dude, shut the fuck up." And the guy's like, hey, calm down, guys, you know?
Dude, that's why Hoop Fest's the best, because it's call your own fouls, and you don't know the people. And
like, this dude they had been going at it the whole time too.
And there's always just like the people that call a crazy amount of like weak ass fouls. Because if you foul no matter what, even if it's, if you now they changed it where you shoot every single foul, I believe.
Yeah. It
so
wasn't
like even if it's on like a turnover and they hit your arm, you're supposed to be able to shoot the ball. And then obviously, like, if people are just like pieces of shit and they're like, "Oh, foul," you just fucking go and go and go.
So he came back and then made the free throw, and then we beat him it's 5 minutes for overtime? But no, you play still to the next score or 5 minutes, I think. And I think we went on like a 3-0 run to like win it, and then he wouldn't shake Volk's hand afterwards. Like Volk went up to the curb. He was like, "Yeah, it's just basketball," and he was like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah. All right, so update on the Drew thing.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
How would you get licensing for that?
Well, I said, I don't think we can do the proper licenses to do that. He goes, "What do you need?" And I said, "They probably don't allow it. They want you to use their app." He said, "I don't know about that. I streamed all weekend on NFLHD.TV, not owned by NFL or Comcast." So is that just like a ghetto stream site?
Yeah, it'd be like Crack Streams is Reddit MMA streams that lead you to Crack Streams, or Ripple, or Grandma Streams. Like, those aren't sustainable companies, though.
Yeah, let's see what this. They actually like watch premium NFL streams in HD quality. Tired of annoying pop-up ads, and subscribe to our premium streams today. Sign up now. We are the one-stop solution for all your soccer. Oh. I'm doing the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to see if you've got lunch yet, because I'm running new pants to Abel, since his teacher had to text me and tell me he got money, and somebody he needs new pants.
Oh. I'll go get lunch with you.
Just a quick one. I was thinking something speedy, like Mon Pizza or something. But,
I'll meet up with you there.
okay.
What time?
I'm running up. Well, I'm just leaving the neighborhood right now. I'm running out to Home Elementary.
Okay, text me.
All right, I'll text you when I'm leaving there, because it'll probably take me like 15 minutes.
All right, love you. Bye.
Okay.
Hey, you want a fucking podcast? You got to deal with the life. So where was I?
Podcast.
Without the excessive lag and annoying pop-ups. That's where we come to the rescue. For affordable price, we can get you access to every single NFL game in stunning high definition on your favorite devices, so don't delay. But this is not legal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, those sites have existed for years. Like, Grandma Streams is one where they'll just change the dot at the end. So it'll be like grandmastreams.xyz, grandmastreams.io. And what they do is they do like ESPN, NBC. So like, if you want to watch Michigan State and it's on CBS, but you don't have CBS, then you would go to like Grandma Streams and watch that, you know?
Yeah, let's see. NFL.
But that's not a sustainable, like, you can't like take that company and sell it, because what you're doing is basically illegally.
No,
like,
it is illegal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, yeah.
But it must have been around for a while. I mean, it's got Interesting.
Well, I mean, that's how Crack Streams. Crack Streams has been around since I was living at Alita's parents' house.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say. But it looks like you have to pay to get access, and so I mean that's where, it's got to be big enough for like the NFL to do something, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like there will be at some point a realistic. When I watched Red Zone the other day, I was telling Alita, I was like, okay, we're a few years away to where all of these 8 games will be up and it will always be an Octobox, and I can press it and be like, go to this game, and I can watch that game live, and I can put it back in the Octobox, and I can find the next thing. So I'll be able to take the Red Zone dude out and like control it myself. But even that is like gonna have to be run through the NFL, because why the fuck would they not do that?
Yeah.
Like when I pay for Sling, I have to pay an extra $10, and that's just for NFL Red Zone. So Sling has to pay NFL to put that channel on. Like, yeah, duh.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that noise. All right, well, so we paid Viral Hog to license a video, then I just got a notification from them that says, Viral Hog collected ad earnings from your video because it may contain content they own.
Seems like a fun thing.
Yeah. Sorry, we paid for that.
Hey, okay, so we'll wrap it up right now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving it a good time here in November. Check out SundayScaries.com. Code Dude Comedy, 15% off, I believe. Say that off the top of my head, but that sounds right.
Sounds right. Hit it. Support us for us supporting you guys with posting on a consistent schedule.
Beersy.com/ Beersy? Beersy.com/Beersy.
Go buy yourself a Beersy. We got a glow-in-the-dark one coming. It's just a regular koozie, but it's still cool.
Yeah, and if you're really bored, Datarol, new label, new look, looking hot, new website, datarol.cc. Haven't ran a test order on it yet, so if you go there right now, hey, maybe I'll surprise you with $10 off, because I haven't run a test order yet, so I'll make it lower.
Hell yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.